Hello everyone, for this web lecture we are going to talk about the clonality diagnosis of the T-cell and the B-cell by using PCR. Lymphocytes are white blood cells. We are going to look at the T-cells and the B-cells. These two cells are a part of the immune response. Left we can see the B-cell receptor and right the T-cell receptor. To form a T or B-cell receptor, gene rearrangement must occur. In this gene rearrangement random cuts are made between the genes, making the final gene segments different from each other. This results in different receptors. Normally the lymphocytes are a polyclonal population. If more than 1% of the gene rearrangements are the same, you call it a monoclonal population. Monoclonal means it originates from one precursor cell. All cells have the same property. In a monoclonal population there is an increase of lymphocytes. You can speak of MBL, monoclonal B-cell lymphocytosis, which is not a disease. Humans will not show symptoms. You can distinguish this from CLL, chronic lymphocytic leukemia, which is a disease, and also shows an increase in B monoclonal lymphocytes but in a greater amount than MBL. The distinction is made on the basis of whether more or less than 5 million B cells are found per ml of blood. So monoclonal population could indicate to some form of cancer. Before we determine the clonality, we use a PCR to bind the primers to the genes of the patient. The primers bind on the framework regions of the gene. This could be framework 1, 2 or 3. If the patient is polyclonal, you would see a smear of bands on the gel. If the patient is monoclonal you would most likely see one explicit band. Monoclonality could be a sign of cancer. On this picture, in a polyclonal specimen, you will see different sizes of bands. These products produce a dispersed pattern on an agarose gel. You can see this on lane 4, 8 and 11. If at least 1% of the sample is representative of a monoclonal gene rearrangement, that product will be amplified and revealed as a sharp band by gel electrophoresis. This is visible on lane 3, 6, 9 and 10. To find out if your experiment is trustworthy, you have to use controls. We use 2 positive controls and 1 negative control. The polyclonal positive controls are used to determine if the primers work. The positive monoclonal control shows leukemia, thus 1 band. The negative control doesn't have DNA. This is necessary to see if there was contamination. So it shouldn't show any bands for it to be reliable.